Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, you're probably wondering, like, why is there three JFJs here? Because normally, well, not normally, but I was going to have three JFJs. This one is actually the one I ordered right after my JFJ broke in the last video I did when I was using the Grants pads. Again, it wasn't the pads' fault. That JFJ, the arms on it had been bad for like quite a while, and I just been kind of nursing it and doctoring it for a while, and it just finally gave out. So I kind of wish I would explain that a little better at the beginning of that video. If you hadn't had a chance to check on it, you can click it up there. But yes, so this is the one I bought because I wanted to speed up the grants round two that I said I was going to do, where I got a new machine that I knew was, perfectly functional, and then do the grants pads again and see how they turned out. So this was the machine I actually purchased from Amazon. I didn't get a chance to actually use it before I went on vacation last week with my family, but today I opened it, tried to use it, and it was defective. So I bought this brand new through Amazon. The vendor says the name of them are JFJ. It says like JFJ, we record serial numbers to track fraud or something. So I guess they're saying that they track the serial number they send you. So in case you try to send them a unit back that's not the one they gave you, trying basically to scam them for a brand new unit, that they track it. I don't know how all that works. I don't know how you could prove you put that serial number in the box. It's kind of like a Schrodinger's or Schrodinger's, how you pronounce it, but the cat that you don't know if it's alive or dead until you open the box. So I don't know how you prove that, but I mean, kudos to them. They can, however they can try to stop it. It doesn't bother me any. But anyway, that was a rant for no reason. But anyway, this one is defective. Why is it defective? You may be asking, and it's uh, it's like inconvenient for me, but it's actually convenient for everyone else. And the reason I said that is because I literally just got a comment from a viewer on my, I think it was the grants video, or maybe it was the process video. I'm not sure. Um, but they were saying that, hey, like, I'm using the machine. I just got it, and I'm having an issue where, like, some parts of the disc are basically being touched too much, where it's kind of like overworking that part, and other parts are just being missed altogether. Like, I can't get it to work right. I can't get it to resurface the disc correctly. That's what was going on with this one. And I'll show you guys like what to look for. One, I don't even know, even though I did run this twice because I ran it once, noticed that it was defective, ran it twice just to make sure that it was actually defective, which it was. But without the little usage, I mean, it came super clean. Everything was, it looked brand new out of the box. It came in the same box you would get when you buy a JFJ. But one thing that stood out to me was, hopefully you guys will be able to see it. Matter of fact, I'll bring in my other camera, and hopefully it's kind of makes it a little more easily to be visible. But you look over here and you see that looks like really flush. When you look over here, you can see that is like raised. So when you switch the lids out on these, which I'm actually going to show you guys over here how you do it, it's super easy, super quick. I actually already replaced the lid on this one, which was the one that broke in the grants video. Now this one is functioning fine, and I'm going to use this to show you how this plate should spin compared to how this plate is spinning on this one. But yeah, you could tell like right there, that one's raised, that one's not. Now, if you close the one over here that I replaced, you can tell, see, that one is normal. Come over here, that one is normal. There's no raise on the one I replaced, but on the one I just bought, you can see it's raised right there. So that kind of makes me think that this probably wasn't a brand new unit. It was a very well cleaned unit. They replaced the lid on it, and that was basically it. And they probably messed up right here, and that's why I kind of gave it away that this probably wasn't a new unit. Now I'm going to show you what's giving me the issue. It's probably not this piece, but it's this disc plate. This disc plate, even though it's brand new, is not spinning true. It has a wobble to it. I was able to figure that out as soon as I ran the machine, because when the machine is running, you should get a consistent sound. It shouldn't be intermittent. It should be like, when you're running, it should basically be like a whoa, like that. This one, when it runs, it's like a whoom, 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 whoom. It sounds almost like if one of the feet on the bottom were missing, and it kind of has a little rock to it. That's what this sounds like when it ran. It's just like whoom, 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 whoom. So I knew that it was off immediately. So I gave it another go just to make sure that I did everything correctly. Like I had the disc down tight and everything, which I ended up having that, everything was done correctly. It's just this is off. But now I want to show you how to identify that it's not spinning true. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think any of these spin 100% true, but you should be getting like a strong, like 95% out of your JFJ disc plate, not this one. So I'm gonna back up some and bring you guys in with the other camera. This one is the one I just got from Amazon, and I'll try to spin it and hopefully this works. Let's see. It's hard getting a good view on it and holding the camera, but let's see. So you can see, see how much wobble is in that one. I'm trying to get a good angle, but you can see like that wobbles a whole lot. That's too much wobble. And you got to think, like, this is how fast this thing will be spinning, way faster than this, and I can get it to wobble just with that. So now I'll show you the one that I just replaced. Oh, that's what I didn't want to happen. But so you can see, like, that one has a teeny bit of wobble in it, but it's nowhere near, I keep dropping it. It's nowhere near as bad as the other one. So sorry, this is like a pain to do, but you could tell, like, this one, the wobble is just crazy. So it's way too much wobble for one of these machines. That's going to give you problems. So that's how I knew this one was wrong. I've already reached out to Amazon. They're going to send a replacement unit, and I just got to send this one back via UPS. So it's not a huge deal. Like I said, if I didn't do stuff like this, it would probably be more inconvenient for me, because I want to buy something that works. In my situation, I have other ones that I can already use, and this kind of gave me an opportunity to provide some content for you guys and hopefully be able to point out some things you can look for if you've just bought the machine and you're having issues. Just make sure that this is actually spinning true, because if it's not, you're never going to get a good result. That's just, it's never going to happen. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to jump over. We're going to replace the lid on my GameCube dedicated JFJ. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Super simple. All you need is like a flathead screwdriver and a hammer. And yeah, that's about it. And I mean, it takes about 2 to 3 seconds. I mean, 2 to 3 minutes. I'm not going to switch this part over just because I've done that on the GameCube video. So I'm not going to do that on the video. So it'll end up with one of these, and I'll just switch this disc plate back over, off cam, in my own time. But let me move this stuff. We will focus on that one and get it fixed. So give me a second. All right. So first thing you need, I got a regular old rusty hammer here and a flathead screwdriver. The first thing you want to do is you want to tap right here and right here to basically get the pin started. So you don't have to do it hard, but just give it kind of like, and you want to obviously hold the machine with your hand. Just give it some little light taps. Doesn't take much, but you want it to basically get it flush so you can get it started over here. And you can see that it's starting to separate on that side. So you do the same thing over there. There we go. Again, this is plastic, so obviously you don't want to overdo it. Then you just take your flathead, get it like notched right up in there. Oops, sorry, I hit that. You want to get it notched right there. Hold it, try to hold the machine down with your hand. Sorry, it's not the greatest view. And you just want to lightly tap it until you get the pin started. So you can see we kind of got it going some. You want to make sure it, it's coming out evenly. So basically just keep it going. You don't, like, you can tell I'm not hitting it hard. All it takes is just some taps. There we go. You can get it to about point right there. And you basically just take your hand, kind of just try to turn it as you pull it. And boom, one pin is out. So we'll take that pin, Sit it down, and you basically do the exact same thing on the other side. So just get it situated in there and start to tap. Now you shouldn't have to like be pressing down on the pin like extra hard or anything, because you don't want to bend the pins. Once you get it to a certain point, you can pull it, but just make sure you're twisting it as you pull it. That kind of helps bring it out more. So set that there. Once you have that, all you do is just lift it off. Comes off just like that. Okay, so now we bring over our new one. Now I'm gonna kind of unwrap it here. Sorry, I keep hitting this camera. I'm gonna unwrap it off camera. Basically, it's the exact same thing we just pulled off, and it even comes with a brand new disc plate and a brand new retainer nut. I'm sorry, I keep hitting this camera, but there we go. So you can see our new unit here. Everything is good. You know, no issues there. The one, like I said, the one I replaced works perfectly fine. So they also give you some replacement pins. So if you wanted to replace your pins, you know, they also provide 2 brand new ones as well. One thing to note is that they are like this, basically the same size, even though in the instructions it says that they're marked for like two different sizes. Now, where that marking is, I couldn't tell you because there's nothing marked on here. And if you don't believe me, here's the instructions, and it says something about cut rods from the middle. I don't know why you would need to do that. It says there are 2 links, 0.75 and 0.12 marked on each part. Again, I have no idea like what they're referring to. Even on the ones that came out of the machine. All right, so anyway, enough talking about their instructions. Basically, what you want to do is you want to sit this down just like your other one. Just sit it flush on there. There we go. I like to make sure that the front is clamped down just like you were going to use the machine. And this part back here be slightly raised, but you can see you can just give it a little bit of pressure and it'll slide. You know, it'll arch down. So you just want to hold it down to make sure everything's aligned. And you just kind of start by sliding this in. And what I like to do is kind of get it started by hand by just kind of giving it a little bit of twist. The reason why I started by hand, by twisting and pushing it in, is because that way I know that it's aligned pretty good. Once I get it to a good point, you just give it a couple taps. Again, you're not trying to kill it. Just little tap, little tap. There we go. You should get some, you know, good steady progress. Again, just a little tap at a time. You don't want to try to run it all the way through there in one go. But just keep tapping, tapping. She's flush. There we go. That's one down. If you want to make it a little easier, I mean, you could put like a lubricant on there if you want. Don't have to, but you can. Same thing here. I'm just going to push and twist just to get it started. There we go. Boom. All right. I like the look. You can kind of see it a little bit right there, but there you go. That time it kind of went through pretty good. So I like to get it started at least halfway by hand. It's almost like threading a screw. Like you want to give it like about 3 or 4 full turns by hand before you like start ratcheting it in. Kind of the same principle here. But again, just some light taps just to guide it through. And flush. So there we go. And once you've done that, you have a fully functioning JFJ machine. you can hear the noises. You could probably get rid of those noises if you lubricate it, but they also will probably work their way out as you keep working it. There we go. Good JFJ sounds. But anyway, let's move this camera and I'm gonna see if this one spins true. All right. So let's see. You can see this one has a little wobble, but that's about par for the course for these machines. It's not nowhere near like the other one was. And just to give you a reminder of what the other one was, let's come down here on our floor and we'll spin this one. See how you can easily see that that one's wobbling like crazy. That's the difference. All right. But yep, so that's how you replace a lid on these JFJ machines. Hope this is helpful to you guys, and the next video I'm going to do is going to be round 2 of the Grants pads on maybe about 3 or 4 pretty badly damaged discs. So I'll catch you guys on that one, and yeah, talk to you soon. Peace.